Today we're going to talk about how we literally make the world with our thoughts. The Course says that one of the lesson 15, I think, my thoughts are my images are I have made. My thoughts are images I have made. And it says every bit of the world comes from some thought. And it also says there are real thoughts, which are nothing that we think, and that the thoughts we think are not thoughts at all. They're totally false. But we make up a whole world out of them because our mind is so powerful. And just because we're having a wish-fulfilling dream of a separate world doesn't make it any less powerful. It's powerful to us. It's convincing and seems very realistic. But the purpose of doing this, of looking at the mechanics of how we make the world with our thoughts, is a way of loosening our attachment to thinking that we're bodies. And that is the way home. As long as we are convinced that we're bodies, with problems and things are happening to us and working on us, and microbes are going to make us sick, and people are going to push our buttons and make us upset, and people are going to do wrong things, we're lost. We're lost in this, and this is a prison here. So let me just introduce an overview of the whole chart of what we're looking at here. So this whole thing that I've drawn here is the dream. And as soon as we get into the dream, there is a split. And there's the part that remembers who we are, that remembers that it's just a dream. So the dreamer here is then a lucid dreamer. That eye is open. This is a little symbol that I've been coming to me for a few years, just a symbol of awareness and awakeness. And it's the observer, too. Okay, so there's the one observing, but there's this other part of us, the eye is closed, and we're sound asleep, catching Z's, and we're dreaming. And so this is the part that wants to be separate. And it is just as powerful as this. This is the only place where we have any choice. So either the eye comes open, things look, you're able to laugh at things, not take them seriously, then the eyes goes shut, and here we are back in the dream and we're bodies. And that's all that's going on from moment to moment. Either I'm dreaming this from the point of view of thinking I'm a body, or I'm remembering, oh, this is a dream. And you can immediately see what a difference it's going to make and how seriously you take what's going on. So the Course isn't asking us to deny this at all. So some people say, well, the body doesn't exist, so why should I care about anything? Why should I do anything? Well, the reason that you should care is because there's a part of you that wants to be here and wants to suffer. And the suffering is not caused by anybody but us, by this choice to close my eyes to reality. So here, this would be what the Course calls the right mind, and this is where there's light and peace and joy. And the atonement simply means nothing happened. I did not separate from God. Now, this is still a dream because there still seems to be duality going on. But I think the Course says that the consciousness has levels. So I think as you go further and further out toward the edge here, you get more into what the Course calls the real world, and it's just awareness. And it's maybe where people like Eckhart Tolle or Mooji or Rupert Spira are talking about that pure awareness, or any of the enlightened beings are talking about that pure awareness. It's not personal, doesn't have a body attached to it. It's not in conflict. It just feels part of the oneness and the reality and this light out here, a reality. But it's still a dream because I still think there are two parts of me. There's a line in the Course that says, you are not two selves in conflict, but we think we are. So here's the choice point, is here. So today I'm going to use other little charts to go into, first of all, this. And if you want to know what these little X's are, that's my crown of thorns. The Course says, you have nailed yourself to a cross and placed a crown of thorns on your own head. So this is a world of crucifixion. Ken Wapnick used to say, being born is crucifixion, and it is. We have lots of children's toys around here that make the world look sweet and lovable and cute and everything like that. But it says, as the Course says, children are born into the world through pain and in pain. And their bodies, age and grow up and suffer and then die. And that's not a nice world, no matter how cute you try to make it. So we're really lying to those kids because we know better as adults. We know the world isn't all pink and fluffy with goo-goo eyes. So here's our crown of thorns. Now, in here, this is the entire physical universe. Any kind of physical universe that you can conceive of in any sort of dimension. Stars and galaxies and everything else. Everything is in here. This is the world of form and time and space. And we are unconscious of this thought system. That's why it is so important and helpful to look at it, to realize what thoughts are behind when I think that, I have a private mind, I can make decisions, I can go here, I can go there, I can work here, I can work there, I can be in this relationship, I can be in that relationship. We think we have a choice. And we don't realize that this is a puppet or an avatar, if you will. It's programmed by this. Here's the operating system. Here is this thought system of the ego, which says separation is necessary, which equals sin. Okay, so this whole thought system is based on sin. So what we're going to do next is we're going to look closer at this, which I call the field of personhood, and then eventually we're going to zoom in and we're going to look at this.